A Path to Educational Authoritarianism, 2025. A Path to Educational Authoritarianism, 2025. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Kal Halayim Lai, Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Hara Chakwadash. Double honors to my teachers, the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who rule well and are worthy of their double honors. Peace and blessing to you, Aki, and pushing out this truth across the four corners during these last seconds of time. Kwame Yashala, Shalom. Shalom, Shalom. All right. And this lesson is inspired by an article from the Newsbreak app entitled, "The President is Setting the U.S. on a Path to Educational Authoritarianism." All right. And ultimately, this is a scene that's being set here in America, where the different faculties of this nation are being tailored towards authoritarianism, which I just typed it in on Google. What is educational authoritarianism? And it says educational authoritarianism refers to a teaching or educational management style characterized by strict control, a strong emphasis on rules and obedience, and a limited role for student autonomy or critical thinking. Here's a more detailed breakdown. Authoritarian educators often view their authority as unquestionable, expecting students to obey without question or debate, and that leaves no room for ultimately free speech, all right, which this country was set upon and founded on free speech, all right, the amendments, okay, democracy, okay, and now it's being tailored towards authoritarianism, all right. I'll just type in authoritarianism, and it says authoritarianism is a political system characterized by the rejection of political plurality, the use of strong central power to preserve the political status quo, all right, and reductions in democracy, okay, reductions in democracy, separation of powers, civil liberty, and the rule of law. And we're seeing reductions in democracy, separation of powers, civil liberties, and all those powers that were once separated and divided up into a large group are now in the hands of just a few. That's the scene that's being set here. All right. So it says on 14th of February, the U.S. Education Department of Civil Rights issued a letter providing notice to American educational institutions, schools, and universities of the department's new interpretation of federal civil rights law. And the scriptures speak about, all right, those two horns that spake as a lamb, all right, going into the Democrats and the Republicans. Okay, but that dragon, all right, that is going to go into is going into these draconian laws, this system that's being put in place for ultimate all hell to break loose. Okay, Revelation 13 and 11, it says, "And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon." And that beast is talking about the extension of the Roman Empire, Rome all over again, which is America, all right? Like it tells you in the book of Esdras, the beast that the Lord made to reign in his world. All right. It's talking about America. This is 2nd Esdras chapter 11, verse 39. "Art not thou it that remainest of the four beasts?" Because America is an extension of the Roman Empire. You have the Senate House. You have the plebeians and the patricians being brought back in the form of the Democrats and the Republicans, okay? Which now that system is being tailored into a loyalist, authoritarianism, dictatorship society, all right? Where before it was the hands of many having a decision of authority making, now it's in the hands of a few, all right? And those decisions are tailored to a certain vibration to come down with all hell. What we say goes, all right? And like it says here in this article, Salakia, not the article, but the definition, it says, authoritarian educators often view their authority as unquestionable, expecting students to obey without question or debate. And not just those teachers or educators, political leaders, all right, and role players as well, man, all right? They view their authority as unquestionable, expecting the population and masses of people to obey without question or debate. All right. So it says 2 Ezra 11:39, are not thou it that remainest of the four beasts, whom I made to reign in my world, that the end of their times might come through them? You see, in the end of these times are going to come through Babylon or Great America, because the system is crashing itself. All right. Revelation 13:11, and I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. And that word dragon goes into, we're going to get it, these draconian laws that are being implemented. All right. This draconian vibration that's being implemented, okay, in the society through articles like these, like it says, educational authoritarianism. So let's get that word. Dracon, which goes into draconian laws, man. It says a dragon, a great serpent, a name for Satan. And we know that the physical counterpart of the left-handed angel of the Lord, Satan, which is the nation of Esau, Edom, rules over this current society. It's spearheading this current society. It's spearheading this digital currency, this MOTB, the charagma, Revelation 13:16. So the ways of the society are being tailored towards Revelation 13:16, man, the beast and the image of the society and the system. All right. It says Strong's definition, a fabulous kind of serpent. All right. Dracon. So real quick, I'm going to just look this up. All right. What are draconian laws? It says draconian laws refer to any laws, Salakia, or rules that are perceived as excessively harsh or severe, derived from the strict legal code of the Athenian lawgiver Draco in ancient Greece. And that's what that educational authoritarianism was going into, man. All right. It says educational authoritarian refers to a teaching or educational management style characterized by strict control, a strong emphasis on rules and obedience, and a limited role for student autonomy or critical thinking. So you're not going to be able to think for yourself, make decisions for yourself in this type of society, man. All right. So that's why the technology that's coming out is the type of technology that's not going to let you think for yourself, make decisions for yourself, which is the charagma, man. So that's what the decisions and the vibration is being pushed towards in the society. Take the charagma. That's the new form of currency. All right, 15-minute cities. You will own nothing and be happy. Look what it says here. It says draconian laws refer to any laws or rules that are perceived as excessively harsh or severe. And you can find that within this article. It says educational authoritarianism. It fits that description. All right, so that's going into Revelation 13:11. So here we have the scriptures are speaking about the times we're in. It says the 1964 Civil Rights Act prohibits discrimination on the basis of race, color, and national origin in federally assisted programs or activities. Let's see if there's some more in this, man. Right. It says, however, the United States pretty clearly is built upon systematic and structural racism. The scriptures say we are yet this day in our captivity, man. All right. Well, we are scattered with fines and payments for the iniquities of our forefathers. This is Baruch 3:8. Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity here in America, scattered across the four corners of the earth, wherever the elect are scattered and held captive, waiting to be set free by this word, by this truth, by this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, by these prophecies, by whom the word ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, whose true Hebrew name is Yahushua. It says, where thou hast scattered us for a reproach and a curse, tells you in Deuteronomy the 28th chapter, we will be carried off unto a land whose tongue we did not understand. All right. Swift as the eagle fly, man. Okay. And that's talking about America. This is Deuteronomy 28:49. It says, the Lord Yahweh shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth, a nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand. Right. And that's exactly what happened during the course of the transatlantic slave trade. All right. Being brought over here to the Americas and cargo slave ships. All right, slave ships and names of the owners that mocked our heritage. All right, speaking in a language, a bastard English language that was beat into us. All right, our original tongue being Hebrew. Okay, we are yet this day in our captivity. So we're subject to these things. And that's here in America, across the four corners, wherever we're scattered. It tells you in the book of Judges, the land of drawn waters will rehearse the righteous acts. All right, so we are yet this day in our captivity, man. It says, well, thou hast scattered us for a reproach and a curse, and to be subject to payments according to all the iniquities of our fathers, which departed from the Lord our power. Hear, Israel, the commandments of life, give ear to wisdom. So the Lord said we are scattered yet this day in our captivity, man. All right. It says, however, the United States pretty clearly is built upon systematic and structural racism. U.S. history shows that slavery was a central factor in U.S. wealth. All right. And that's the wealthy nation that the Lord speaks about, man. All right. This is Jeremiah 49:31. Arise, get you up unto the wealthy nation that dwelleth without care, which is America. That wealthy nation that, like the scriptures say, have taken the Most High's gold and silver into his possession, which is talking about not only the riches of the earth, but the chosen vessels of the Lord, which are the nation of Israel, the Israelites, man. The chosen people of the Lord, man. All right. That's what you have in your possession, Esau. So the Lord is coming to reclaim all that. So this system is being brought down and brought low and dismantled according to prophecy. So it says that dwelleth without care, said the Lord, which have neither gates nor bars, which dwell alone. And that's what's ultimately going to happen to America, is going to dwell alone. The nations that hold treaties with America are backing out. They're backing out and dumping the dollar. And guess what they're going to do? They're going to shoot their power, all right, over here and make this land desolate. And their power is ICBM nuclear missiles. All right, Isaiah 9:5 says, this shall be with fuel and fire. So this war will be nuclear. The third world war, man. All right. So it says the U.S. was built on indigenous genocide and colonialism as seizing indigenous land for one of the reasons for seeking independence from England, and is, in any case, foundational to the country's formation. So they're admitting, man, the information is out there, man, that this country was built upon the backs of you so-called Native Americans, Latinos, and Negroes, man. All right. It's out there. Okay. The Lord has this information out there. Uncover the locks, make the leg bare. From the apostles on down to least of us, the spirit of prophecy has revealed the history of this country, what it's known for, and it's known throughout the earth, man, and it can no longer be hid. All right. It says structural racism also persists. For example, cities are segregated because of structural injustice in housing and mortgage laws. The word mortgage goes into debt pledge. So like we read in Baruch 3:8, fines and payments in this captivity, we're subject to these things, man. All right. So our slavery is pretty much up here, man. All right. We served our time in slavery under hardcore bondage here in Egypt, spiritual Egypt. All right. And the Lord is dismantling the society we know and its faculties via prophecy, man. The educational wise, religious, military, political wise, all those faculties of this nation are being brought low, man, and being brought to nothing. Like the scriptures say, even the wisdom of this world is foolishness with the Lord, man. And the word education means to draw out. So true education comes from the scriptures, man, not this society and what we've been taught in the strongholds and the dogmas that have been placed on us. It says structural racism also persists. For example, cities are segregated because of structural injustice in housing and mortgage law. The ways in which the U.S. was built on racism against Black Americans and indigenous Americans is central both to the study of its history and its present structure. If Americans do not have an understanding of this topic, they will not be well informed. That's right, man. And if you so-called Native Americans, Latinos, and Negroes don't be informed on the history of this country and what it's done to you, all right, you're not going to understand. You're not going to protect yourself. If you are not calling upon the right names, all right, if you don't know your nationality according to the Bible, you're lost in these times, man. All right. How are you going to win a war if you don't know who the enemy is? If the enemy in your mind is invisible, you don't know his identity on the earth and what he's capable of and what he's done, man. All right. So like the title of the lesson is A Path to Educational Authoritarianism. Lord willing, this message was edifying, giving infinite honors and praises too. Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Harachak Wadash. The bonus to my teachers, the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Until next time, Kwam Yashala, Shalom.